So new floorboards started to go in. Now I wouldn't do this without a miter saw. The miter saw has proved its weight in gold for speed and accuracy. So well worth getting one. Spent 155 quid on one plus 60 quid on the table, but well worth it. Plus it's a good thing to have anyway. So these have been going in. I've been trying to check them a little bit, but I haven't 100% colour matched them and I haven't tried to keep the streaks the same. I'm hoping it'll all blend in a little better when it gets sanded down. But we shall see when we sand it, see how good it all looks. A lot of the splits that you see, the heavy ones, it's actually a raise in height rather than a gap in the wood. Now we were told, butt them up for the minute because it has been a bit damp over the last 2 or 3 weeks, even though the wood's acclimatised. Because as it dries, it will shrink slightly, so the gaps will come in. So I've tried to button them up as much as I can, but we'll see if that is right later. One thing I have noticed, keep a block of wood every time you cut them down to check the thickness of both ends. Some of these planks, slightly thinner one end to the other and slightly less tall. So when I put them in, I sanded this down yesterday, but here I had a big difference in height and there was also a bit of edge missing. It's hard to see when you're cutting them down till they go in, but if you check, measure the block and measure the height, you'll know that I could have just cut that off, made that shorter and used that elsewhere. But I'm hoping the little deformities that we get will all be part of the character of the finished floor when it's done, like there. But once it's all sanded down, I might fill in some of these little cracks and then it's all varnished over. I'm hoping it'll all blend in quite nicely. But so far, so good. And as most things in this build, it's taken a bit longer than I thought. That was a whole day just to do that. But first time for everything in it, so we'll see. Fingers crossed, we'll see what the rest of it looks like. And hopefully I've got enough wood because that pile is getting a lot smaller, but we'll see.